Alrighty, so moving into our next activity for Google Drawings. In this activity, we're going to build on what we learned in the last assignment using the Polyline tool and combine it with using the curved and scribble line tools. So again, with this activity, we're going to be designing a mascot logo in Google Drawings. We're going to make sure that we name our file with our first and last name and lesson 6.4. And then here are the new skills that we're going to be learning with this activity. I'm also going to add another new skill because we're not going to do assignment 6.5. After this assignment, you'll just move straight into the assessment. And so in 6.5, what you would have learned how to do that was new was how to insert a comment. So I'm just going to show you how to do that in this activity. All right, so here is the mascot that we're going to be drawing today. We're going to review the Polyline tool by drawing his mane and his ears with the Polyline tool, and then we're going to learn how to use the curved tool to draw his face and the scribble tool to draw his mouth and his whiskers. Now, this assignment we're going to download as a PNG. The difference between a PNG, a JPEG, and a PDF. A PDF is just like a stamp, and since we colored the background of our first two activities, our first two lessons, a PDF worked fine. The last lesson, we didn't do anything to the background, but since we downloaded it as a JPEG, it automatically turns the background into white. And with a PNG, it automatically turns your background into transparent. So this is a good one to use if you're going to be layering it on top of other pictures so that you don't have a white square in the background taking up space. All right, so in my Google Drawings folder here, you can see I already have lesson 6.4. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up. And then I'm going to split my screens. Okay. The reason why I'm going to split my screen is this tutorial won't be very much longer, but I do need to see what my picture is going to look like. So you can see that I've used that Polyline tool from yesterday to create the mane and the ears. Now the Polyline tool, again, if you double click, you can use these purple plot points to change the structure of your drawing, which might be kind of interesting to do. You can also click on it once and change the size if you would like to do that as well. Okay, now once you draw, so the first thing that I want you to do is pause the tutorial and again draw his mane and use the Polyline tool to draw his ears, and then you can fill them in with any color that you would like. That's your choice. So go ahead and pause this tutorial, do those two things, and then come back when you're done. Okay, so obviously we don't want his ears to be in the front like this. So just to review, we're going to click on the picture of his ear and then we're going to arrange, order, and send it to the back. And then we'll do the same thing with this ear. Clicked on it, arrange, order, and send it to the back. So if you need to pause and do that with your own lion's ears, do that for me now. Okay, so the only other tools that we're going to use are the curved tool and the scribble line tool. So again, these are going to be here. And we're going to use the curved tool to make the eyes and this part of his mouth and then his nose. So similar to the Polyline tool, I'm just going to draw it over here so that you have an idea. And then again, I can, oops, didn't want to do that. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. I do need to make sure I use a select tool if I want to select something. So again, using the select tool, I can also change the shape. Double clicking, I can use the plot points to change the shape as well. Okay, and then same as before, using the fill and the line border color from here. Okay, and then anything I don't want to keep, I can just select and then delete. All right, so you're going to use that to create his eyes, his nose and his face part right here. You can choose any color you like. And then for his whiskers and his mouth, we're just going to use the scribble tool. So it's just like free drawing. And then whiskers. Okay. Anything I don't want to keep, I can just delete. I have to make sure I use a select tool. Okay, and you can also change the colors of those. So again, you're kind of toggling between your line tool and your select tool when you're making changes to the picture itself. All right. And then the other two things for you to learn are zoom, which we all know it's best to use the presets on zoom instead of the magnifying glass. So using the presets, we can zoom in here, make him real big, or just fit just like that. Okay. Now we're going to add a comment. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and add a comment, and I'm going to type roar. And that will be my comment. Okay. So to show me that you've drawn I'm not going to worry about that. Just make sure that you complete that step. All right. So again, what you're going to do is use the curved line tool to make his eyes, to make his face, and to make his nose. And then you can color any of this stuff any way that you would like. And then use the scribble line tool for his mouth and his whiskers. Practice using the zoom, practice making a comment. Any other questions that you might have, just let me know. Again, we're going to skip the next assignment and go straight into the assessment. So after you're done with this, please make sure again that you download it, file, download as a PNG. It's the only thing that's going to be accepted for this assignment is a PNG. So download PNG and then submit that. And the next assignment, once I grade this one, that will open up for you as the assessment for Google Drawings.